Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the 1000 Toys Halo Infinite Master Chief. Now, taking a look at the front of the box, we can see a really great hero shot of the Master Chief figure. And if we turn the box around, we can see some write-ups as well as the arm of Master Chief, so that's kind of weird. So with the box out of the way, let's go ahead and crack this figure open and let him breathe. Alright, so now let's take a closer look at this awesome looking Master Chief from 1000 Toys. Now, the one thing I really do dig, 1000 Toys, man, they put a lot of quality and care into their action figures, and this one feels no different. Now, I'll be very honest, I haven't had a Halo figure. I haven't owned one since those very old Halo figures. I think it was like the very first Halo line that came out. I think those figures were like 8 inches tall or something like that. You guys remember those? I haven't had one since then, and I've always wanted to delve into Halo figures because I love the Halo franchise. I thought the toys always looked so cool, and then once I saw this go for pre-order, I had to hit up my buddies at HS Geeks, and man, I needed to own this thing because it looks so good. So the sculpt just looks incredible to me. First off, I'm gonna start with that helmet there. The detail in the helmet just looks so nice. I love how they did the visor because what it looks like is that under the visor is painted probably really nice metallic silver, while they put an orange clear plastic lens over that to give it that almost like, that gives it dimension in the effect of the visor there. So I think it looks really cool with the paint even on the side of the helmet right there, in the little vents and ports and things like that. All look really nice. Same thing with up here on the shoulders and the chest area, looking really good. You got, was it John 117 or something like that? I think it's the title or his ID number, whatever you want to call it. But the slight scuffing on here totally works for me. I wouldn't want him completely clean, and I wouldn't want him just totally battle damaged. But man, the paint just looks so, the sculpt is just so good too. I've been playing with this thing quite a bit, and I've just been having a crazy fun. I love how his undersuit isn't just black, it's more of almost like a gunmetal, and that looks really nice too. Even, man, the paint just looks so clean. I absolutely love the sculpt of this. Like, see how even on the inside of the thigh, there's that little bit of a lighter silver against that gunmetal that really stands out to me. Even in the little sections, there's a little bit of paint in there just to differentiate it, and I think it looks so good. The boots look really great. Nice tread on the feet, looking awesome. Man, I love this. The back looks really good too. You can see all that back there. All the paint on the back looking really awesome. The back of the helmet looks super clean. Man, I have just been loving the way this figure looks so freaking rad, man. And I think that's just the test to the overall design of the character. But again, some of the other figures that I've seen can be a little soft when it comes to the sculpt, and the paint can be okay, you know, it can be a little splotchy here and there. This one is so super clean. I mean, man, he's just an impressive piece. And again, 1000 Toys does not skimp on quality. This is a gorgeous looking figure. So moving on to the accessories here, we do get a good amount of interchangeable hands. So we got things like open palm hands, closed fisted hands. You have hands for holding his like blade. You'll see that shortly. We got trigger finger hands, of course, for holding his different types of guns. And then we have these more like open fingered saluting type of hands, which are really cool. And they are just on simple ball pegs. You know, nothing crazy, nothing fancy, but they do work very, very well. So I do like that a lot. Now we do get his sword here, which I love. I think everybody loves this weapon. I always kind of loved playing multiplayer and then just going at each other with just these, no guns, just swords all day, man, you know, and just going at it. But I love how they did this. I do wish this was a translucent plastic with some paint over it, but it is all painted, and you know, it still looks really cool. I love how the paint actually looks, but I don't know, a translucent plastic for me would have been a little better, but again, that's just me. I still think this looks really good. The paint on the handle looks really nice too. That bright silver and the black grips all works very, very well. Again, we do have a specific hand for holding the sword here with the fingers parted like that. And what I like to do with all of these weapons, I like to put the hands in first on the weapon like that, get a nice good grip on them, and then replace them like this, and then pop them on like that, and it gets a nice good grip, and that works out great, dude. That looks so cool. Dang it, I love this figure, man. It's so awesome. So I'll put this hand back on right there. And then we do get this shotgun. I don't know the actual names. They're written on here somewhere, I think. But I mean, I'm just gonna say this is the shotgun. Okay, don't get mad at me. But it looks really good. It has the two handles like this, so where you can pump it back and forth. Got the little drum right here. The paint on that looks really cool too. Really just digging how this whole thing looks. And again, it does have two-handed grip for the different hands. We also do get this assault rifle. This is like I guess the main rifle, right, for Halo. Again, don't even ask me what the name is. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but it looks really good. It looks pretty iconic. The paint looks really good. I even love the little blue on the little screen right there. That looks awesome too. Just a great looking weapon overall. Now again, with these, especially this one right here, this could be a little tricky. Like I said, the best thing to do is get the hands on separately outside of the without having the hands attached. It's just going to be almost impossible. And this hand specifically, you're going to have to kind of like come around from the back and then like kind of roll it to the side, the back like that, and slide the finger in, and then take this hand off, and then pop the gun on like that. And then he already has that resting arm like that. And then boom, now you get a good two-handed pose with this Master Chief here. So not a ton of accessories, you know. I don't think I needed a whole lot with him. You just need a couple basic guns. I do wish he had came with a pistol. That is one, I don't know why, I've always loved the pistol, the Halo pistol. That is such a cool weapon to me. Again, it's one of those things where when I'm playing multiplayer, sometimes I have to go just straight pistols when it comes to PvP. You know what I mean? Nothing else, just pistols, man. So that's just me. But I do think that all the accessories that it does come with are very high quality and very cool. Now, one thing I do wanted to show you guys, if you look on the leg right here, there's this little section on the sides, and it comes on both sides. It has a little notch right here, and I'm going to use the saber to the sword right here. Push down that little notch like that, and it actually opens up a little port. Now, both guns, both the shotgun and the rifle, have this little peg that can be folded out like that, and this actually just pegs right into the side of the leg like that. So if you want to holster them on his legs, you can do that. Again, it is on both sides, and both guns do have this. You can actually have him holstering both weapons at the same time. Now, I don't remember in the game them holstering their weapons on the sides like this, like especially like the bigger rifles and things. So is that a thing in the game? I don't remember. Maybe that's a new thing for Infinite. I don't know. But I like this. I think especially for if you're wanting your figure to hold on to all his weapons, I'd actually think that's really, really cool to have him holster like that. It looks a little awkward having two big rifles at his side, you know what I mean? It's a little weird, but you can do it, and it works very well. Like, that's not going anywhere, man. It's actually pretty held on there, very tight. So pretty cool option, pretty cool. Again, maybe a new thing, I'm not really sure, but I like it, and I'm all for them adding cool things for an already great figure. Alright, so now let's run down the articulation, because 1000 Toys is always pretty well innovative when it comes to their articulation. So the head is on a little separate ball joint. You can see it inside there. It does go all the way up like that and down that much, but there is a separate neck ball peg at the base of the neck, so it can go all the way up like that and then all the way forward and down with that neck peg. Again, you kind of shift at the ball of that neck right there. Pivot side to side a little bit. It is hindered by the bulkiness of the shoulders. Turn left and right really nicely, and then pivot like so, side to side. So anyways, really good articulation in there. Now these shoulder pads are on little hinges, so if you want to go up like this, you can bring this all the way up right there, and that shoulder pad will move out the way. It's a little oddly shaped or oddly positioned, but it still works for certain poses. There's a butterfly joint in there, so that gets a lot of good motion, especially if you want to come across right here. It'll come out the back, so you get some of those more crossbody poses and things like that, which really do help. It also does rotate up there. We get a double bend at the elbow. It does get a little awkward there, but again, once you pose it right, it looks actually really good. It also does rotate at that same joint, which is actually a really cool piece to have that double joint and have that rotate at the same time. Again, that is going to help for some poses if we're going across the body like that. So I really dig that. Hands are again on ball pegs, rolls around, rotates and hinges, all those things you need to do. So we're going to open these arms here. We do get a double ball peg in the midsection going down into his crotch, and then another one up into his upper torso. So you get a lot of good rolling around there. Does turn left and right. Goes back about that far. Crunches forward about that much. And I love this whole midsection piece that's separate. So you got this piece, and then this upper piece right here. So that's all separated, and it works very, very well pivoting pretty much anything you need to do. I wish it crunched forward a little bit more, but that's more due to the design than anything else. Now these little belt skirt pieces do hinge up and down as well. You can see those are separate. So that's for when you want to kick this leg up, you can actually put this up and it'll kick even higher and up like that. So that's really good. And it goes all the way down. Push this back down and move it around if you need to. Same thing if you want going out to the side. This will move out of the way and you can kick out that far. It does rotate in that upper thigh. We got double jointed knees. And this looks a little better than the elbow. Still a little awkward, but it is a lot better than the elbow. These knee pads right here are also on a little double hinge like that, so they will move out the way and do whatever you need to do and pose it in certain ways. So that actually works out very well. So I like that. The ankles are on ball pegs and hinges. Well, it seems like double ball pegs. It seems like there's a ball peg in here and then the ball peg in the foot itself. So that goes forward up and then down. This back piece does separate a little bit, which is good. So when you kick back, it won't break or snap that. It gives a little more give back there, which is actually really nice. And then you do get rotation and then a pretty sweet ankle rocker. Then you do get toe articulation, which I'm not a big fan of toe articulation, but I've noticed when I've been posing them around, that actually does help, and it's a pretty solid big front foot, so that does help out quite a bit. So the articulation works very well. Again, man, I am really digging this figure. There was a previews exclusive version with the red version of the sword and the like freaking whatever axe cannon thing. I forget what all these weapons are called, so forgive me, but still, man, this is a gorgeous piece. I am so happy I picked this up again. I haven't owned a Halo figure since that original Halo toy line, but I've been wanting one for years, and I am super happy that I finally jumped in again and picked this one up from 1000 Toys, because he is a gorgeous piece of art. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool and NECA Batman figure. Also for comparison, here he is standing next to a Star Wars The Black Series The Mandalorian and Mezco 112 Collective Red Krieg. And just for fun, here he is with little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the 1000 Toys Master Chief. Now overall, I think this is an incredibly badass figure, and fun fact, this is going to be my last action figure review for 2021, so that's pretty fun, and this is a great piece to end the year on. He is an absolutely amazing figure, and like I've said, 1000 Toys just does such good quality action figures. The sculpt is so intricate and so detailed, it is damn near perfect. The paint is extremely clean, it is gorgeous. The detailed paint in little vents and ports and creases all really add to this figure, and I love the lensing of his visor, it looks really cool too. His weapons are really awesome. I love the guns. His sword, again, I do wish it was more of a translucent plastic. That's probably my only complaint, but the articulation works very well. It is just an incredibly awesome piece and fun piece to pose around. Again, I have been wanting to collect Halo figures again for so long, and this is definitely the piece I wanted to jump back into them with. And I do not regret it. He is a gorgeous and awesome action figure, man. I'm going to be touting about him a lot because I really, really love this toy. He's so badass. And the thing is, 1000 Toys is pretty expensive, But again, the quality, I can see why. He's badass again, he's gorgeous, he's damn near perfect, and for me, he might be the best Master Chief figure that we have ever received. So be excellent to each other, and stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.